So, you know how some stories feel big? Like really big. The kind of story that has its own maps, its own languages, and a history that goes back thousands of years? That's J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings in a nutshell. But if you strip away all the elves and dwarves and epic battles, at its heart, it's a surprisingly simple and human story. It's about a small, quiet person who is handed a problem so enormous it would make anyone else just give up. It all starts in the peaceful, almost boring Shire, with a hobbit named Frodo Baggins. Hobbits are these small, furry-footed folk who love good food, good beer, and their quiet routines. They are probably the last people you'd ever pick for a world-saving mission, but that's exactly what happens. Frodo inherits a ring from his uncle, Bilbo. But this isn't just any piece of jewelry. This is the One Ring, forged by the Dark Lord Sauron himself. It's a concentrated piece of pure evil, and it has a will of its own. It wants to be found by its master, and if Sauron gets it back, he'll cover the entire world in darkness. So, the wise wizard Gandalf gives Frodo the most terrifying task imaginable. He has to leave his cozy home and take this ring on a journey across Middle-earth to the one place it can be destroyed, the fires of Mount Doom in the very heart of Sauron's territory. And this is where the first and maybe most important theme of the story comes in: friendship. Frodo doesn't have to do it alone. He's joined by a fellowship, a small, loyal band that includes his three best hobbit friends, Sam, Merry, and Pippin, a rugged human ranger named Strider, an elf, Legolas, a dwarf, Gimli, and the noble Boromir. Now you'd think an elf and a dwarf would be at each other's throats, right? And they are at first. But one of the most beautiful parts of this story is watching this diverse group learn to trust and even love each other. They face down snowstorms, ancient monsters, and hordes of monstrous orcs. But the real enemy is often the ring itself. It's a corrupting influence. It preys on the desires of whoever carries it or is near it, tempting them with power. It shows us that the battle between good and evil isn't just out there on a battlefield. It's a battle fought inside every heart. The fellowship is broken, as fellowships sometimes are. Boromir falls to the ring's temptation, and in the end, it's just Frodo and his most loyal friend, Samwise Gamgee, who continue the hopeless trek into the Land of Shadow. And can we just talk about Sam for a second? If Frodo is the ring-bearer, Sam is the heart of the story. He's the gardener who becomes a hero, not for glory, but out of pure, stubborn love for his friend. He carries the supplies, he carries the hope, and at times he literally carries Frodo. He is the ultimate testament to the idea that true courage isn't about being without fear, it's about keeping going when everything seems lost. Meanwhile, the other members of the Fellowship aren't just sitting around. They're fighting their own battles, rallying the kingdoms of men to stand against Sauron's overwhelming armies in legendary desperate last stands at Helm's Deep and Minas Tirith. This is where Aragorn, the ranger, has to step up and embrace his destiny as the true king. It all builds to this incredible, simultaneous climax. On one side, you have Aragorn leading a tiny army to the Black Gate as a diversion, to give Frodo just a little more time. It's a suicide mission, and they all know it. And on the other side, you have Frodo and Sam crawling up the slopes of Mount Doom with the weight of the world literally on a chain around Frodo's neck. And in the end, it's not a grand, heroic act that saves the day. It's a moment of weakness and a strange, unexpected act of mercy from earlier in the story that finally allows the ring to be destroyed. The Lord of the Rings is a story about the power of small, simple acts of kindness and courage in a world that feels too big and too dark. It's about the bonds of friendship that help us carry our burdens. And it's a reminder that even when we feel like a hobbit in a world of wizards and warriors, we all have a part to play.